What's going on, everybody? I'm NateOhEight, and I help artists and producers just like you make better music. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to sound like Lil Peep. So yeah, here's an example of what we're doing today.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video, it's free. Hurry to the comments and click the link. Grab a little snack and a tasty drink.
And the song Driveway by Lil Peep is actually the song that I'm replicating. So here's the original song by Lil Peep, and here's my attempt.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video, it's free.
So it's pretty similar. And if you like the way that sounds, then let's get it. Let's get straight into it, all right? All right, what's going on, guys? We're in Ableton Live, but you don't need to be in Ableton Live. You can be in Pro Tools, you can be in Cubase, you can be in Logic Pro, you can be in FL Studio, you could be in any DAW because they all do the same things, and I'm using stock plugins anyway. So don't stress about it. Let's just get straight into it. So let's say you already got the beat imported, okay? You got the beat imported. You got your song. I assume you're on the mixing phase. You're ready to mix and make your sound like Lil Peep, okay? So I would highly suggest you got the right, the key for the beat you're using. It's very important to get the key of your beat, because if you don't have the key for your beat, your auto-tune will sound bad no matter what. And Lil Peep uses auto-tune. You're gonna need a little bit of auto-tune if you want to make good music. First thing is, make sure you know the key to your beat. If you don't know the key to your instrumental, just literally go to Google and type in, find the key to my beat. And then the first three links that pop up are gonna be like TuneBat, GetSongKey.com, stuff like that. Just import your beat, and then it will tell you the song key. And then once all of those websites are telling you the same key, then you're good to go. And now you know the key, so write it down. And also it's important to find the tempo to your beat that you're using, okay? That way if you throw a delay or something, it's gonna be on beat. Lil Peep records his vocals at least 5 to 10 times. What I mean by that is, let's say right here in the pink, so that's your verse. You got a good take, and what I mean by good take is your audio looks like something like that. It doesn't look like this. That's too damn loud, guys. And that's just too damn quiet. You want it to always look something like that. All right, you got your verse right here. Now, what you need to do is create another audio track, vocal layer 2, and then you're gonna re-record and try to listen to your first verse, your verse, and match it. You want to record over it. And so now you have 2 layers. You're saying the same stuff and it's completely the same. Now you want to do that again and again and again. Lil Peep does this. His engineer was talking about it on a forum, a producer forum, and he said that on most of his songs he had at least 12 layers of vocals. And it is time consuming, but it creates a really, really cool effect like this.
If you want to sound like Peep, just...
And I'm only using 8, but yeah, if you want to get that full authentic Peep sound, I would go from anywhere from 5 to 12 is the recommended, okay? So let's say you got all of your recordings, you recorded the same way 5 to 10 times, you got all these layers and you're ready to go, you're ready to add effects. Let's get straight into the effects, okay? Boom. Start on your vocal. Here, let's listen to my vocal raw. No effects, no nothing.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video, it's free.
Sounds like dog poop, so let's start adding some effects to it, okay? First things first, if you don't want to have to copy all of my settings and you want just to get the vocal preset, there's going to be a link in the description where you can get the preset and an entire Lil Peep vocal template that's going to have everything ready to go. It's going to be for Ableton Live. It's going to be an entire template. It's going to have the vocal presets. It's going to have effects in place. It's going to have everything color coded. It's going to have everything named, grouped. Everything's going to be ready to go. It's literally only $25, and it's going to allow me to keep making content for y'all. But if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. You could just follow along, and I'll show you how I did it. So first, we're going to go to an EQ. Okay, let's grab an EQ, drag it over here. I'm going to use the first band to go to this cutoff, do the ×4, bring it to 100. I'm going to use the 2, go to a shelf, bring it down to about 5, and I put it right here to where it's cutting a lot of these low, mumbly, humbly, rumbly frequencies. And then I'm going to use this 4. It should already be on a shelf, and I'm going to boost a little bit of that high end, maybe about 4 as well. I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to either right click and duplicate, or you can press CTRL and D, and that will duplicate it. But on this one, I'm going to bring that scale just a little bit. Okay, so next, what we're going to do is add an overdrive. So the overdrive is going to add some cool characteristics. It's going to add this grit. It's going to add this character, this emotion, this rawness. And then so right here, I move that a little bit over to the right, maybe about 3 kHz. And then the drive is going to be about 20, and the dry and wet is going to be about 20. Okay, just trust the process. All right, guys, let's go to the EQ. So subtractive EQ, we're getting rid of the sounds we don't want. These little shapes are called bells. I like to change them all to bells when I'm doing subtractive EQ. And so we're going to just listen for it, listen for the bad frequencies, and turn them down. So, I need to turn my curve down on the Q, raise it to make it narrow, not too narrow, but a little bit narrow. And I'm just going to listen for those bad frequencies, okay?
If you want to sound like Pete, if you want lean, grab a little snack and a tasty drink.
See, that sounds a little harsh right there. I'll bring that down just a little bit, maybe to about 4.30. Do the same thing, increase that curve. Just listen for those bad frequencies.
Like Pete, just watch this video.
That sounds bad.
If you want to sound like Pete,
I'm going to bring that down. Increase that curve.
If you
keep going.
It's free. Hurry to the comments and
that sounds bad. I'm going to bring that down.
If you want to sound like Pete, just watch video.
I'm going to bring some of that high end down.
If you want to.
And then I'm even going to put a cutoff. And I'm going to do it at about 15 kHz. So something like that. I think that I'm going to turn it off and on too to listen to it.
If you want to sound like, if you want to sound like.
Cool. So that cleaned it up a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the de-essing phase. And what a de-esser is, it's going to remove those sounds. So we're going to go to dynamics. We're going to go to multi-band dynamics. We're going to go to split band de-esser. Paste it right here, and I'll show you how to do this. We're going to be looking for those S sounds. So it's going to be on the high frequency band.
If you want to.
Oh, right there. I seen it. You could see it jump.
If you want to.
Boom. It jumps. So about 50 something.
If you want to.
So I'm going to go over here and just drag it
if you want
to where I see it jump.
If you want to sound like Pete, just watch this video. It's free. Hurry to the comments. If you want to sound like Pete.
I'm like that. Yeah, that looks good. Bring now we're going to drag and pull down.
If you want to sound like Pete. If you want to sound like. If you want to sound.
So I'm doing a 2.17 ratio. Cool. After we got the de-esser done, we're going to go to another de-esser. I'm going to go to the compressor and then click de-esser. And I just wanted to say again, guys, if you don't want to have to follow along with what I'm doing and you just want the preset, you can get that and an entire Lil Peep vocal template that's going to have everything ready to go. It's going to be for Ableton Live. It's going to be an entire template. It's going to have the vocal presets. It's going to have effects in place. It's going to have everything color coded. It's going to have everything named. But if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. You could just follow along and I'll show you how I did it. Cool. And basically, if we change the view right here, you can see what it's doing on the GR, the gain reduction.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video, it's free. Hurry to the comments and click.
And that's just helping to tame those S sounds. So after that, we're gonna add a compressor, okay? So now we're gonna add a, go to glue compressor, go to drum, full parallel. And then we're gonna go back to compressor and then add a mix gel. So on the drum full parallel, we're probably gonna want an attack of about 10 and a release of about 2. So turn the attack to 10 and the release to 2. We'll probably need a 4 ratio. And then, yeah, now we'll play with it.
If you want to sound like Peep.
Turn this off for now.
If you want to sound like Peep. If you
bring that threshold down to where it starts engaging.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video. Watch this.
And on the dry and wet, we'll leave that at about 70.
If you want to sound like.
And then on the mix gel, let's go ahead and turn the ratio to 3 and have the attack a little bit faster.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch
the faster release.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video.
And I know the vocal doesn't sound all that right now, but once we add all these layers and stuff, it's gonna sound amazing. So after that comp, we're gonna probably throw the auto tune on there. So I like to use Waves real time. Come on guys, you can get Waves, you can get these plugins for free. You know you can. I'm not gonna tell you how to do that, but I'm just saying you can. So there's Waves real time. There's free auto tune plugins out there. You can buy auto tune. You can buy Waves real time. This, I swear, this is probably like 40 bucks, not even. It's really awesome. I like to record with it. I like my artists to record with it. It's really cool. Okay, to me it sounds just the same as auto tune, maybe better. That's my personal opinion. So I'm gonna look down on my notes because I know that beat is in the key of B major. So my auto tune has to be in the key of B major. It has to, if I want it to sound good. My auto tune, I don't want it to be too harsh. Lil Peep never has a really hard auto tune. He has generally a soft auto tune. It doesn't matter where you put the auto tune. I like to put it in the beginning, but it's whatever you like to do. And the reason I didn't add it at first is because I like to listen to what I'm doing before I add any pitch correction or anything like that. It just helps me have a little bit cleaner sound. So after the auto tune, let's work on a reverb. Okay, so let's go to our audio effects. Let's go to reverb. Go to reverb and then hall. And then they got a nice one called vocal hall. Add that vocal hall and it's game over. So click that low cut, do something like that. Turn that pre-delay down. Decay time up. Yeah, that looks good. And turn that dry to wet. You don't want it more than, I wouldn't have it more than 30.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video, it's free. Hurry to the comments and click the link.
So let's right click. Oh, also let's add one more EQ just to look at everything. I like to look at my audio, see what's going on. Get that, cut off those lows again. I see some energy going on here for some reason and add it back.
If you want to sound like Peep, just watch this video.
Now I'm gonna go to the 8 and cut that audio off around 15. I like to cut that audio off at about 15. I'm gonna go to the 4 where it's a shelf. I'm gonna turn that Q up.
It's free. Hurry to the comments
and see if I can remove any other frequencies I don't want before I call it a day.
It's free. Hurry to the comments and click the
that sounds a little unpleasant. I'm gonna take it down just a little bit. Do it again.
Video is free. Hurry to the
yeah, I'm gonna remove some of that muffle, but not a lot, just something like that. And then yeah, that's gonna be my vocal chain. You can add a delay if you want, but we can add a delay. Let's go to delay, echo, clean delay. Let's do a simple ping pong wide. I like to filter it, so I like to do this. I like to have it something like that around the 1K. And I like to have my notes to dotted. And I turn my reverb a little bit up, a little bit more. And from ping pong, we'll just do stereo.
If you want to sound like, if you want to.
And you don't have to do dotted. You could do notes. You could do triplet. I mean, it's just delay.
If you want to sound like Pete, just watch this video, it's free.
But I wouldn't add too much echo. And yeah, and that's pretty much the vocal chain. So what we're gonna do now is go over here. Boom. I'm gonna right click all of these, select them all. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna click group, and then now you could right click and copy. And so on all the vocal layers that you recorded, now all you have to do is just put the vocal effect on each one, okay? So we already got it on the first one, so let's go down here, paste, boom, that's pasted. Go to the third, paste, boom. Fourth one, paste, boom. Fifth one, paste, boom. And so on and so on and so on. You do that. And then what you can do, this is what I do just to save resources for my computer. If you're in Ableton, you can select from the very first all the way to the end. And you can just select them all to where they're all highlighted, and then right click, click freeze. That kind of pre-renders it so it doesn't use as many resources on your computer. And it makes everything flow a little bit faster. It's just easier on your system. And plus, I mean, you don't need to edit it anyway, but if you do, you can always unfreeze. So now I'm gonna select all these tracks again, right click and click group tracks. So now we have our vocal group. So now we got vocals. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna add an effect, and it's going to affect all of these. So click EQ. I'm gonna cut off till the 100. Cut off any low frequencies that may have came from all these vocals. Around the 4K hertz there's a little bit of shizzle. Okay, bring that down. Not a lot, about 3 or 4. Next, we're gonna do another overdrive. And the reason I have this overdrive is, I'll show you real quick. I'll overemphasize it so I could show you what I'm talking about.
Watch this video, it's free. Watch this video, it's free.
I'm gonna turn it up, listen.
Watch this video, it's free. Watch this video, it's free. Hurry to the comments and click the link. Grab a little snack and a tasty drink.
It's just adding some character to it, some grittiness, some Lil Peep, some grunge. It's just adding that grunge effect to it, but you don't want to add too much. I'm doing like 20% and 20%. Next, I got an OTT. Here's my OTT settings. Copy that. It's basically, you just go over here to multi-band dynamics, OTT, drag it over, and just copy these settings right here. I wouldn't have the amount go over 30%. That's pretty high, honestly, but if you want to hear what that's doing, here's before.
Watch this video.
Here's after.
Watch this video.
Before.
Watch this.
After.
Watch this video.
Yeah, that OTT is some powerful stuff right there. And this multi-band dynamics is basically just taming these high ends, the mid-range, and the lows. It's like using an EQ, but it's different. It's not always going to affect it unless it reaches a threshold. So for the low end,
watch this video.
I just want it to barely be touching it. I want it to barely be touching it and just making sure that low end is nice and tamed.
Watch this video, it's free. Hurry to the comments and click the link. Grab a little snack and a tasty drink. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this video.
Cool. And then I throw a limiter on it, and that's the vocal chain, guys. Thank you so much for following this video. If you liked it, please leave me a like. Again, I was just gonna let you know that if you don't wanna have to copy all these settings and you wanna get that vocal preset, there's gonna be a link in the description where you can get the preset and an entire Lil Peep vocal template that's gonna have everything ready to go. It's gonna be for Ableton Live. Leave me a comment for any type of video or tutorial you want me to do, and I'll get to it. Thanks and have a great day.